It's a teen talk skating podcast where I embarrass myself. Hello, and welcome to episode number 98 of the Teen Talk Skating podcast. My name is Vango, and I hope you guys are all doing very well on this Friday night that I'm recording this episode. And I literally don't even know what's happening in my life. I feel like 5 billion things are happening, and I'm just like procrastinating to get rid of it all. But I only have one more week of school, which is finals week, and I really do need to prepare for my finals this year. Like, I feel like previous years I have not really been preparing, but this year I genuinely feel the pressure of actually preparing for finals and actually doing something for finals. And so I actually really have to study hard, but that doesn't mean, of course, that I can't record a good old podcast. Oh my god, my computer is dying already, guys. It's already going wrong this episode. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing very well. It's almost the holiday season. I mean, it kind of is the holiday season. It's almost like the actual holidays, of course. And so I'm super excited for that. But of course, I'm still going to be uploading everything and episodes and whatnot. So yeah, I hope you guys follow, share, and like Teen Talks Game podcast because Spotify told me to say that, and I know I sound cringy, and I know I'm gonna say it again at the end of the episode, but please follow, share, and like. So yeah. What else? Yeah, I this week was kind of tragic and chaotic and like 5 billion things. I'm just like kind of wanted to cry, but it's all fine, I guess. I don't know, lol. I don't know. Okay, we should probably go over to our prayer of the week and then the main episode because I have a lot to talk about in this main episode and I don't want to go over like an hour because I've been struggling to keep all my thoughts in recently. So let's go to our program of the week. Program of the week. Okay, guys, so our program of the week this week is a gala program, and it comes from Gabrielle Daleman and her 2019 Canadian Nationals Gala program. The music was I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston. If you know this song, you know Whitney Houston, you know this song is very powerful, and I enjoy this program a lot. The general vibe of this program feels like if you are skating in an ice rink at midnight in the dark and there's just a spotlight following you and there's not even an audience. It doesn't feel like there's an audience there in this performance. It only just feels like it's Gabrielle Daleman connecting to the ice, and it's actually beautiful. Um with the beat drop, she kind of like kicks up and like almost like she kicks up as if she's gonna go into like a sit spin death drop situation, and then she kind of doesn't. Um, yeah. And then she also does what is it? She also does a few like crossovers into like a double axle, and I don't know how to describe it. I guess like the jumps aren't like the main part of this program to me. The main part of this program is the performance because she performs with her entire feeling and just her entire like performance is so like it just hits differently because she's kind of performing for herself, and there's a lot of moments where she straight up just skids on the ice and then like pauses to have a hand motion or pauses to make a facial expression. And she's really, enhancing the music. And I think that's what good figure skating does is it enhances the music. It plays off of the music. It interprets the music. And this music, I Have Nothing, is a song of like releasing all of your hope all at once and releasing all of your emotions and that like catharsis. And I don't know, all those moments where she stops and she looks at the camera and she puts her hand out to like say stop. It's just like, oh, it's good. It's good. I really like the choreography throughout the program as well. Obviously, lots of like kick ups on the beat drops of the music. There's a spiral situation. There is a moment where, let me think. There's a moment in the program where she goes from a split jump. No, she goes to from a spiral. No, split jump into spiral into a lunge in like 10 seconds, and it's super impressive choreography, and it matches so well with the music. And Whitney Houston just sings like louder and louder and louder, and the program just gets more and more emotional and just like It's good skating. It's like the program that I would love to perform just for myself. She just feels like she's skating for herself. And Gabrielle Dielman always had that powerful flair to her skating, and she still does. She's still competing this season, and I enjoy that so much from her. I think she's a great, 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 great skater, and I really enjoy her performance in this program. What else can I say? Oh, the blue dress is really beautiful and the light as well. The spotlight, the ambiance, the vibes. It's just a whole vibe for Gabby Daleman, and I really enjoyed this program. So yeah, go check it out after you listen to this episode of a Teen Talks Game podcast. Gabrielle Daleman and her 2019 Canadian Nationals Gala to I Have Nothing by none other than Whitney Houston. So go check it out after this main episode, but let's head over to the main episode right now. That was your program of the week. Okay, guys, so our main episode this week is about the Grand Prix final. So last week's episode was a preview of the Grand Prix final, but like as you may or may not know, that episode didn't like work out time-wise because I literally posted the preview of the Grand Prix final literally like the day that the Grand Prix final finished up. So like you already knew all the results and like you didn't really have me predict them basically. Though those were my true predictions. I just like it was kind of badly timed, but I don't know, just that's just how it works with my podcast and like uploading on Saturdays is kind of inconvenient in the figure skating world, I guess, because most competitions happen over weekends, and so the middle of a weekend is not the most convenient time to do so. But oh well, okay, guys, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. We did it. But we did it. The only thing I'm happy about is that this is the last competition of this Grand Prix season that has been so cursed. So many things happen this Grand Prix season. But at least we get a little bit time to breathe and just think and reflect. So yeah, this season, of course, on the Grand Prix, on the Olympic season Grand Prix was super crucial. And the results of this competition, the Grand Prix final, are super crucial to understand. But now that we're kind of over it, after we talk about it in this episode, I'm glad we get a bit of time to breathe and I can go watch a lot of the smaller countries' national competitions and get ready for the Olympics in February. But from December to January, there's nothing super big except Europeans and four continents. We will talk about those later too. Okay, let's talk about the 2025-2026 ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Final. It happened in Nagoya, Japan. You know that everyone loves to see the Japanese crowd. The Japanese audience is always super supportive of the skaters. It literally, like, you will never, I don't know, like, you can hear it, you can see it. It's just, it's always so, it's wholesome, it's positive in Japan. So many flags, so many custom banners, so many custom signs, stuffed animals. People make their own like creations for their favorite skaters. It's just like it goes to show you like how big the sport is in Japan and like how like big the like celebrities of figure skaters are, the ones from Japan and the ones around the world. This competition had a very sleek feel. They had, instead of like the normal metal barrier, the wall around the ice rink, they had the LED screens again, like they had back at the 2025 World Figure Skating Championships in Boston. And so the whole competition, I was kind of confused because I thought we were only going to get those LED screens for Boston. And I was like, wow, well, but now they're back. And so I'm thinking that ISU is maybe making this like a big competition thing, like for Grand Prix final, and hopefully Europeans and four continents and worlds, they'll all have these like LED screens, because I do think the LED screens are super cool and just very interesting to see the brands and sponsors on the LED screens. And really cool set out in the kiss and cry as well. They have the LED screens where they show the skater, their country with the flag moving, their Instagram handle, things like that, current leader. It's super cool interface, slideshow vibes that kind of enhance the experience over the like regular plastic. You know what I mean? Of course, we were in Japan, so the camera quality was literally so good. Like I could see so many details on the skaters, on their outfits, on their faces. It's just like So good. So yeah, I would say this whole competition was a very modern competition. The camera quality was good. The design was super high tech. It was like I love competitions in Japan. The camera quality is just unreal in Japan. So yeah, I like this new ISU rebrand that they're going for. It doesn't feel like old and ancient ISU. It feels very contemporary ISU. I feel like a lot of people didn't like the new like ISU rebrand they're going for. I do like it. I think it's a good modern take on it, even though it doesn't fix all the problems in the sport. But of course, this competition is this episode is not just about how the competition was designed or anything. It is of course about the actual competition results themselves. And this was so chaotic. Like I am not kidding. This was the most chaotic competition like ever. And like not the most chaotic like I've seen worse, okay? But like this was just like, oh my gosh, guys. So I woke up to a lot of these results because I live in a way different time zone. And so I woke up and I would check results. I'm like, what the heck happened? How, who, what, when? And where exactly. And yeah, these results, of course, like I said earlier, are super important for predicting the Olympics and what will happen there. But I will probably discuss that next week, because I think next week I will go into more about the Olympic or the Grand Prix and what we can learn about the Grand Prix. But also go check out the Junior Grand Prix final because that also happened. I didn't get a chance to watch that. I only got a chance to watch seniors. And also, we're gonna play a game to see how many of my predictions I got right. Last week, of course, I did predictions, and I'm gonna see how many of those predictions I got right. So let's start off with the men's field. This men's field was wild and chaotic, like you would expect the men's field to be. And I actually got 4 out of 6 predictions right, which to me is like crazy because it's the men's field, and I'm very impressed with myself. Like 4 out of 6 is pretty good. I'm just saying. 4 out of 6 men. Correct. Okay. So there's only 6 skaters and teams in every discipline. So I'm gonna talk about all the skaters today. Starting off with my Mikhail Shidorov in 6th place in the men's event. This was just not the best competition for him, unfortunately. He came into this competition with a silver, wait, no, a bronze at Cup of China. And wait, was it bronze or silver at Cup of China? I literally can't remember. Was it gold? I don't think it was gold. No, it was not gold. Oh my gosh, nothing is loading. He came into this with the bronze in China and a silver in Skate America. He came here. I originally predicted him to be 4th place, but he ended up in 6th place. His short program was pretty unfortunate. It put him about what's that number? 37 points behind the lead and 23 points behind 3rd place. And so he had quite a ways to make up. He fell on his quadlets, unfortunately, and he could not get a combo done on that quad toe after stepping out of it. And so the loss of the both combination or the one combination, only getting the triple axel done cleanly, really hurt his score, unfortunately. He wanted a really redemptive free skate, and here I think it was somewhat redemptive actually, and he was able to fight back. He was still 6th in the free skate, but it was a better program. His diva dance program, his Fifth Element program, gosh, none of these results are like loading. What the heck? And so he only got the triple axel Euler triple sal done instead of quad sal. Quad toe had to step out on it. Triple axel, double axel was a little bit shaky, but otherwise the rest of the program was clean. He did want to have one more quad. Only got 3 of them done, or 2 of them done cleanly, but still really impressive for his program. Really impressive for his caliber. And yeah, he is a very gifted jumper, but when the jumps don't all go right for him, I think is the main deficit that he has to make up. And so, I don't know, very interesting result here. He was 6th with 242 points. Um, and that's obviously, not the highest score to be the top in the world. But if he has clean programs, and we've seen him deliver clean programs before, Shidorov, I think, he has, in fact, been on the world podium last year. Silver at World is nothing to laugh at. And so maybe this competition was just one instance of inconsistency, maybe. Though this season he has struggled here and there. Not the best scores that he wanted more clean, obviously, and we'll have to see where those cards fall in place. And I will probably discuss that more next week as well. In 5th place here from France was Adam Shahinfa. Adam Shampal, a similar case to Mikhail Shidorov in that short program. He, let me see, he fell on the quadlets, I believe, if it will load. Oh my gosh, what is going on with my internet? Oh, the internet is like down, not down, but like it's little, the bars are not barring, you know? Let me see, guys. I swear I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so Adam Shampa, he found that quadlets with a quarter call on it, and he wanted a quad toe down. He stepped out on it. He didn't get that combo, just like Mikhail Shidorov. The main difference being that I think his components are a lot higher than Shidorov's, and so that's why he placed ahead of him, despite making the same mistakes. Adam Shampa, he was also fifth place in the free skate. Fifth overall. Very gutsy program for Adam Champa. He went for 4 quads. He got all of those quads done. The issues really came in with the second half of the program, getting a triple axel to step out. Triple axel step out, but he added a waltz jump on it, and then a triple lutz also had to step out. And so those jumps at the very end of the program, not his quads, actually were the main reason. So might have been due to stamina, might have just been due to the technique, maybe. I've noticed recently his triple axels have a very like Hail Mary feel to it. I think a lot of people are like worried for his jumping technique, and I don't know, I feel like he really does hurl himself in the air on those triple axels, and I do enjoy his skating, and it's very much wild child on those triple axels. But yeah, Adam Shawn fought in fifth. I appreciated his programs. I think these programs are growing on me. His short program to Vitruvian Man, Michelangelo. Uh, he actually changed the costume, and so a lot of people like it better now. And then his free skate to the creation of Adam is very, I think, creative. It's very interesting and very contemporary, and I do enjoy it. I genuinely do enjoy it. Okay, moving on to fourth place. And fourth place here, this was quite a surprising result for me. And fourth place here was Daniel Grazel of Italy. This was a result I did not expect. Daniel Grazel kind of came in here off of a miracle. He got fifth at Skate America and I think silver in Cup of China. And somehow, it's by some moment of grace, he made it here. And I was very surprised by this result. This was an excellent competition for Daniel Grazel. In the short program, he went for the quadless triple toe, which is called clean, and he got a quarter call on his quad loop. This was his tango program, a very interesting tango program, very provocative tango program, very interesting style. His Pope theme free skate is still one that kind of does confuse me, but he was super, super duper clean here in this free skate. Quad lutz done, quad loop done, quad sal done, triple axels done, triple axel again, triple lutz, and triple loop. All of those jumps were called clean. And he got great Jewy on it. And this was a new personal best for him in the free skate and a new personal best overall score. He looked extremely happy with this result. And I would say this one was a very well deserved result. He was second overall in the free skate too. And so very interesting. And it was a great result for him here in this, despite the strange Pope thing. And also, I hope I remember in like 5-6 minutes or something to talk about the very funny moment, but I'll wait. Okay. In third place of this competition from Japan in the home country was Shun Sato. This result I did predict because I don't know. I think Shun Sato has been quite consistent recently, and was a really great result for him to show that. Let's see if this will load. Oh my gosh, nothing is loading today. Okay, so he was second in the short program, clean skate, except for a little issue on that triple axel landing. In the free skate, he was completely clean, getting the quadlets done, getting the triple axel Euler, triple style done, quad toe, quad toe, triple axel, double axel, triple loop, triple lutz. And so all his jumps were clean. And that's really what it came down to. He doesn't maybe have the technical firepower of the other men in terms of the number of quads, but the 3 quads he did perform, the 1 quad lutz and both of the quad toes were performed excellently. And I would say even that quad lutz, oh my gosh, I feel like he's one of my favorite quad lutz jumpers. I mean, he's one of the few, obviously, but he rotates so fast that it is extremely satisfying to see him just flow down on the exit. And I really did enjoy it. His Firebird program here, I think it's very well refined. It's very well trained. It's clearly very well practiced. It's like, I don't know, out of all of the men here, I think I mentioned this last week. I feel like Shinsato has the most classical training in his skating somehow, and I do enjoy seeing that classical element to his skating. So really great result for him. His coach, super happy. His coach gives such a big reaction in the kiss and cry every time, and I love it. I love seeing his coach's reaction. Okay, in second place also of Japan was Mr. Yuma Kageyama. He was first in the short program here. Yeah, he was first in the short program here. What if I reset this tab? Will it help? Oh gosh, probably not. Okay, he was first in the short program here with a clean skate, very solid skate. Quad toe, triple toe, quad sal, and triple axel were all very, very clean, getting a lot of threes and fours and fives in this program, which is really what you want to see. This program, I think this score was well deserved. It was a new personal best of 108.77, and just the elements were all there. The components, this like almost jazzy program, dancing program, the skating skills are so evident in his program that it was well deserved. It was very well deserved. He got only nines, oh, mostly only nines in the components, and I think that was well deserved from Yuma Kageyama. His free skate, however, did prove maybe a little bit more of a challenge. It started off really good with that amazing quad sal. He has that quad sal at the beginning of his free skate this season is like butter. It just is so clean. I would give it all fives if I was a judge. So good. Quad tail also got done. Triple lutz got done. Triple axel Euler, triple sal. Quad tail got done. The issue came with the last two jumps of his program. He was wanting to go for a triple flip, triple loop, only got a triple loop, double loop done because a bit of trouble getting out of that triple flip and up to the triple loop. And then triple axel, he had a bit of a stand stop, if that makes sense. A bit of like, oh gosh, that was a bit of a forward landing. So let me go back a little bit. So a little shaky on those last two jumping passes, loss of some base value, but still a really good program for him. And again, he's that skater who what he makes up for in the technical, maybe not, not going for the quad lutz or the quad flip or that higher level quad value maybe. He is so good in the components, and I like it's noticeable how much he's improved in the components over this last quad. He was a very jump heavy skater, I feel like, at the last Olympics, and now he genuinely has improved his skating. His Turando program is very classical, very refined, very elegant, very, very well choreographed, and I really did enjoy it. Okay, but the winner here, and maybe kind of not unexpected, but a different kind of victory than we were maybe expecting, was the quad god of the USA, Ilya Malinin, who it had a very interesting competition here. I'm just gonna say that he was actually third in the short program. This was, an unfortunate short program from him. He got a quarter call and stepped out completely out of the quad axle attempt, got the triple axle done. He had a quarter call on the quad lutz into the triple toe. Again, a bit of a shaky landing on those jumps. And he only scored 94.05 in the short for third overall. And a lot of people thought, like, wow, like, maybe he is, maybe this competition is just not it. Maybe so and so. I think a lot of people were like, "Whoa, he made so many mistakes in that short program." And his free skate, let me tell you, this free skate was almost like I can't, like, that's crazy. Um because he decided to go for not, two, but seven. He literally went for seven, okay, seven quads. Every jumping pass had a quad attempt. It was genuinely not okay. No, genuinely not okay how this program was built, how it was constructed. Quad flip, quad axle, quad lutz, quad loop, all in the first half with no combos. He saved all his combos for the second half because he did quad lutz Euler triple flip, quad toe triple toe, and then quad sal triple axle. what the heck? Like that's not even a real like jumping like bait. That does no one should be allowed to have this like layout. Like okay, seven. Like some of these jumping passes, literally, like the quad lutz or like triple flip got 23 points. That's crazy. Quad out triple axel got 22 points. That's not real. That is not real, people. And I'm just so concerned. It's not real. And so he set a world record. He beat his own world record by like 10 points in the free skate, which to me is crazy. If he had had a clean short program, he would have scored like genuinely 340, 345 maybe, and he would have like beat, and I mean really beat the world record in total score. And it just shows you how dominant he is on this in the free skate and in his overall skating. This short program did not go well for him, but he used that rage, he used that maybe disappointment to really feel his free skate. I am like happy to say that in my lifetime I've seen 7 quads be done. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy to me. I literally, I watched a skate with 7 quads in it. Like that's crazy, and I think a lot of people felt that way too. First man to do so, obviously. The funny moment I want to talk about was Daniel Grausel was leading when Ilya Melin skated, and after the program, they showed Daniel Grausel, and he bowed down to Ilya Melin because it was kind of funny because Daniel Grausel's program was about the Pope, obviously, and so the Pope bowing down to Ilya Melin, the quad god, was something a lot of people were joking about. And so, very interesting. But yeah, Alien Million first here by 30 points about, and it's unreal how well he skates. It's just like I don't know what else to say. There's just literally no words that could describe it. But yeah, so in third place in the men's, Shun Sato. In second place, Yuma Kageyama. In first place, Ilya Malinin. So 4 out of 6 men correct. Really impressive for me. Next up, we have the women, which were literally so bad. I don't want to talk about it. This is such a fake sport. This sport is not okay. Like genuinely, I don't. No, 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 no. This women's event, if you ask me, this women's event did not happen, okay? Between you and me, this women's event did not happen. I only got 2 out of 6 right, which is really disappointing, but oh well. In sixth place, we had Rinko Watanabe of Japan, who was fourth in her short program, got the triple axel done, very clean. The triple lutz, triple toe, it was a bit of a struggle to get through. The triple lutz already had a shaky landing. Not shaky, but it was still clean, but it wasn't at the best landing position to get that triple toe up. But she went for that triple toe, and she did get an under rotation from it, but still very gutsy move to go for it. And then she went for a triple loop, and the rest of the program was good. I like this program for Rinko Watanabe. I like that she's brought back some of her older programs. A lot of people enjoyed, including this El Tango de Roxanne program. In the free skate, Rinko Watanabe was fifth place, which I know sounds strange. She was fourth in the short, fifth in the free, and somehow got sixth overall, but that's how this sport works. In the free skate, she did get a triple axel clean, but with an under-rotated triple toe. Triple flip was good, an under-rotated triple axel second attempt, the only woman to go for 2 triple axels here. The rest of the program was fairly clean, except for a downgraded, unfortunately, triple loop at the end. Unfortunately for that. But this program intense. This program very, very intense. And I do think, yes, Rinka Watanabe is a very competitive skater. She's obviously very risky, very gutsy, very much trying to show that she is a strong skater with those triple axel attempts. Those triple axel attempts are very much not a joke. Like they are crazy. And there's a lot to talk about in terms of who's going to the Japanese Olympic team. And Rinka Watanabe has this season for sure kind of like put her name even more in the hat than it was before, even more in that hole of maybe she can go to the Olympics. It will require a very solid performance at Japanese nationals, but we will definitely see from Rinka Watanabe. This result I don't even want to talk about. This result to me is fake. It's not real, and I genuinely thought I was like, you know who I think will get first place? Monet Chiba, and unfortunately No, she got fifth here, and I am so heartbroken. I was momentarily right. She got first place in the short program. And triple flip, triple toe good, triple or double axle good, and triple lutz good. It was a clean program. It was solid. Donna Summer, it was the expression was there. I was like, wow, maybe I am going to be right for once because Monichiba's first in the short program. Maybe she can get first in the free skate because she's such a consistent skater. And I was like, I'm right. And then you wake up the next morning, you open the results, and I was genuinely heartbroken for Moni Chiba because she has really grown on me this past season. Such a good skater. She was sixth place in the free skate, unfortunately, for fifth overall. Her Romeo and Juliet program, so beautiful, but unfortunately here she fell on a downgraded triple loop. It just looked like she didn't really get the distance and the right angle on the jump needed to really complete all three rotations. As she fell on that one, the next jumping pass was a triple Sal cow, also a fall, also downgraded. Just like heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. But what I'm just so what is so powerful about her skating is that she got up and she completed the rest of her program. Maybe not with the joy, not with the fanfare of the previous programs, the clean programs that we've seen this season, but everything else was good. The two triple lutzes and the triple flip at the end of the program. The crow sequence was still powerful. You could tell that she was disappointed. You could tell that yes, the performance was disappointing in terms of those two under-rotated or downgraded jumps with falls on them. And I genuinely my heart broke when I saw those jumps. Genuinely, my heart just sank. I was just like, no. And I really thought Moni Chiba was gonna win, and I felt so bad. But I think she's still a super strong skater. I don't think that's gonna like call her out of the Olympic running or anything. Maybe this is just one bad free skate. That's what I'm hoping because I had so much hope. I genuinely thought I was right. Nobody else was predicting Moni and Chiba first, and I was wrong. So yeah. Okay, Moni Chiba in fifth. Another a devastating result for me was the result of my favorite skater, Amber Glenn. She was sixth place actually and last in the short program after popping her triple axel into a single axel. 0 points for that. Obviously very devastating despite the rest of the program being clean. A redemptive free skate for Amber Glenn, triple Glenning, redemptive free skate for Amber Glenn, triple axel, triple flip, triple toe, triple lutz, double toe, triple style, triple loop, double axel, triple flip, and the only mistake being a very shaky landing on the under-rotated triple loop. But otherwise, this was a program she absolutely fought for. She went for that triple axel. She fought for that triple axel. Everything else was fairly clean. Everything else was a very solid program from Amber Glenn. Um, it was really a matter of her free skate was super good. It really just was a matter of the short program. If she had gotten that short program done with that triple axel, she could have won. And I think this is just a competition where there were so many, well, what if this skater had done this? What if that skater had landed this jump? What if they had done this? And ultimately, it came down to that triple axel with Emery Land. If she had landed that triple axel in her program in the short, she would have. I think she would have won honestly because I think in the free, like maybe they would have given her a little bit more for skating a little later. Um, and if she got in, of course, that triple loop clean, super clean as well, I think she definitely would have been in first place. It came down to those two jumps, and then ultimately, that is just how cutthroat this sport is. Even if she's your favorite, that's how cruel this sport can be to you. In third place is kind of a skater with a similar situation was Kaori Sakamoto, also coming here, also a veteran of the field. She was fifth in the short program here. Similar mistake to Emery Glenn. She popped her triple lutz into a double lutz. 0 points on that, unfortunately. Rest of the program was done cleanly. What was so impressive about Kaori Sakamoto though was her fifth place or first place actually. She got first in the free skate, just cleanly. She skated lights out. She was fifth in the short. She had nothing to lose. Maybe she had the crowd support behind her. Double axel, triple flip, triple less double toe. Triple style, triple flip, triple toe, triple loop. The only mistake being a popped single axle instead of a double axle in her combination. Again, if she had done a double axel instead of a single axel, I think again she would have won. And again, this sport is so devastating. I'm just like, no. And of course, if she had that luck, she would have won. You know, she would have won, for sure in that short program. But yeah, I think this competition, you know what, I'll save the lessons for later. But yeah, third place was Kari Sakamoto. And second place was the Japanese youngster, Amy Nakai. This was a very crucial result, I think, for Amy Nakai because it showed that she placed above all of her fellow teammates on at this competition. And it really, I think, pushes her for that an Olympic spot for Japan, those coveted Olympic spots. Amy Nakai, third place in the strip program here. Third place in the strip program here with a skate that was good, but the main error being a step out, a big step out on her triple axel. Her free skate was all fairly clean. Triple Lutz did have a big step out on it. Triple axel was clean. Triple flip, triple toe had a quarter on that second jump. And so, you know, those very small mistakes did unfortunately prevent her from winning the competition. That second place free skate was extremely strong. Again, if she had not, you know, maybe stepped out on that triple axel, if she had not made that mistake on the triple lutz in the free skate, I think she would have won. And that's so devastating because I love all these skaters. And it's just like, oh my gosh, if this had happened, this would have happened next. But the top skater in first place, I think was a very big surprising result for me. I did not initially expect this, but everyone who supports her, and I obviously support her as well, very much, very good job for you guys. And that is Alyssa Liu. She was first here in the overall competition, despite being second in the short, third in the free, which just shows you how chaotic this competition was. She had a second place short program, triple flip, double axel work clean. She got a quarter call on the triple loop in her triple lutz, triple loop combination. And then in the free skate, she was third. This program was fairly good. Triple flip was good. The only error being a triple lutz, triple toe with a quarter call on it. And so it was that small mistake that reduced her Jui a little bit. But otherwise, it was a very strong result technically in the program, and the judges really did appreciate her components as well. And so, despite not placing first in either program, she was first overall because of consistency. And this is, I think, a really key competition to highlight how important that is because she was extremely consistent here, and I think the judges really did award her for that, award her for having the good jumps. Even if she didn't go for triple axel, even if she didn't go for the highest base value, still super strong and very good result for uh, Alyssa Liu here. And so, like I was trying to say earlier, this was a competition with a lot of what ifs. What if Amber Glenn had landed a triple axel? What if Moni Chiba hadn't had those two falls in the free skate? What if, you know, Kari Sakamoto didn't pop that Lutz? What if Amy Nakai didn't step out of her jumps? What if Alyssa Liu, you know, I don't know. What if Rinka Watanabe had landed all her triple axels cleanly? Those are the kind of questions that I think this competition really highlighted for me is that every moment counts in this, and one jumping pass, one little mistake can like completely change your score. Like those 2 seconds in the air and landing, like it can change your life. And this was a very interesting result. But the winner was ultimately Alyssa Liu because of maybe not going for the high risk, high reward elements, but going with elements that she is very well good. She's very good at, and she's very skilled at those jumps. And that's what ultimately won her. I agree with these results. I have to say, there's some people who thought, you know, Amy Nakai should have won, Kari Sakamoto should have won, etc. I agree with this personally from a standpoint. I think she was very much rewarded because of her technical side, and I think that it was a well-deserved result for Alyssa Liu. So yeah, third place here was Kari Sakamoto. Second place was Amy Nakai. First place, Alyssa Liu. Okay, let me make sure I'm not talking too long. Am I talking too long? Maybe I need to cut out that. I don't think I'm talking that long. Okay, let's talk about the pairs real quick. Again, I'm not a huge pairs viewer per se, and so all commentary is really my own. Just know that this pairs competition was genuinely a very top tier competition for the pairs. You knew that these pairs were the best in the world, and you could easily see that. This was a very good competition from the pairs. Okay, let's see if my tab will work now and I don't have to like go switch back and forth. Oh, okay, maybe. Okay, let's talk about our six pairs. In sixth place here was the Canadian pair of Stellato and Deschamps. They were sixth place in the short program. Slight error on the triple toe, and then a slight error on the triple loop throw, but no major mistakes on that. Their free skate, they were six as well. More errors on the side by side jumps, which continue to really be their major issue that is really preventing them from getting the greatest scores. Only getting the triple toe, double axel waltz jump done, and then a pop double sal. Triple loop throw, a little shaky, but really not that bad, and then a fall on the triple sal throw. Unfortunately for Stellato and Deschamps, still a very strong team. They're, in my opinion, I think this competition was just a bit more of a fluke for them, but they're clearly still in the conversation for a good result. They were 213 back at Skate Canada. They were 213 back at Skate Canada, for example. That score is very competitive, and we'll have to see honestly what happens with Stade and if they can really. I don't know. They are still an outside dark horse team, maybe not as consistent as some of the top teams, but still a very solid team. Okay, in fifth place was the Hungarian team of Pavlova and Siatchenko. Great result for them here. They were fourth in the short program. Let's see. Oh no, it's taking a long time again. Why? Okay, they were fourth in the short program with a clean skate, and they were fifth in the free skate with a fairly clean skate. Their only error being like the slightest of negative Jewies on their triple let's throw, and their lift could have one of their lifts could have gone a little bit higher, but otherwise still still decent, still really really strong program from the Hungarian team here. We've known them as kind of the technicians of the field, maybe not the most artistically well known in that regard, but in terms of the technical side, very strong team, and they really prove that how that technical score can really work to their advantage here. Nothing is loading. Hello? It literally crashed. Please don't. I hope my internet does, if you hear this episode, please tell me. Okay, let's move on. In fourth place here was the Georgians, Metalkina Barulava. They were really looking to avenge that result at Skate America, which they really didn't want after having such a good short program. Here they did pretty good. They were third in the short program with a clean skate, and then they were fourth in the free skate. The errors here being a triple toe error, I think a bit of a shaky landing, and a bit of a plop kind of down, a bit of a chaotic exit in from their axle lift. Um, but otherwise it was a clean program, and I think really the main thing that they had the very good technical elements here. The main thing that I think what separates the other teams from them is the other teams have the components a little bit higher, and the judges have given them more components in that regard. Let's see. And so that's really the main difference in a sense, is the components are just higher, a little bit higher from than the other teams. And I mean about, 3, 4 points higher. And that really does make a difference in the end for the Georgian team. But they, again, are still a huge shot at that pairs event, I do think. And they have, defeated some of these teams before. So yeah. In third place here was the German team of Hasse and Volodin. This is a bit of a shocking result for me. I thought they would get second. Their fifth place free skate, their error was popping the side by side triple sal into a single sal. The rest of the program was clean. That left him in fifth after this short program. They rallied. They really rallied in the free skate for a first place free skate. Completely clean program from them. They skated very much lights out, and they skated like, they had nothing to lose after the fifth and the short, but they skated so well, and they genuinely boosted themselves up so high with a new personal best. If they had that triple sal in the short, they would have gotten they would have gotten first. I think it was clean, clean. But most definitely at least second if they had done the triple sal. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, so Hase and Willian continue to be a threat, especially in that free skate. The pairs, I think that shows you this big score, 149.57, is just a huge score. And obviously, that could win this score overall for them, 221.25, could win a lot of pairs competitions. But at this one, it was third. And the two teams above them were super strong as well. In second place was the Italian team, looking ahead to the Olympics in Italy, Conti and Macchi. They were second place in the short here with a new personal best for them. Clean program for them. In the free skate, they again really skated lights out for me. Really skated just like they just needed everything they had, and they gave quite literally everything they had. This Caruso program was emotional, and they got it done. The side by sides, the triple throws, the twists, the lifts, everything just came together for Conti and Machi. And this program was tragic. It was beautiful. It was like sensationally tragic and just so much drama in the Caruso. And I really do enjoy their program. Very strong team. But the top team here, and maybe a little bit of controversy, honestly. And I don't know if I exactly agree with this result or if Conti and Machi should be in first. A little bit of controversy because the first place team was the Japanese team of Miura and Kihara. They were first in the short program. In the short program, they did have errors. They did have an error on their triple toe. It was under rotated side by side. Triple flip throw had a bit of a shaky landing to it, but they were still placed first in the short program. A lot of people, maybe including myself, thought that they should have been lower than the Italians, not by a lot, but at least lower because of those mistakes compared to the Italians' clean program. But their components are higher, so do with that info what you will. Not extremely higher, but you know what I mean. The result I think I didn't really agree with was their second place in the free skate. They had an error on the triple toe, double axle, and then triple loop throw. I believe had a hand down on it or a bit of a shaky landing on it. Still, they were very solid in the free skate. Uh, you know, good results, but it was really the components, I think, that really saved them. They seemed very shocked with the results themselves, but it was ultimately, I think, higher components than the Italian team that really helped them. They did make the technical mistakes. I don't know, honestly. I personally thought the Italians maybe should have won, or the result should have been a little closer. They're about 2 points apart. I I see the components of the Japanese team. I feel like they are maybe a little bit higher quality. It's so hard to tell with these increments, these levels, obviously. But Kondi and Machi, they deliver really clean performances, and I think maybe more Giulio. I don't know. I don't want to argue, but I think Kondi and Machi should have won, maybe. But obviously, a very exciting competition between those top three. Third, Hase Volina of Germany. Second, Konti and Machi of Italy. First, Miura Kihara of Japan. And so when the Olympics come around, it could be any of those teams, I think, that can win. So in the pairs, I got 2 out of 6 predictions right, but I don't really care because I really don't watch pairs, so it's not really a big surprise. Let's go over to ice stands, where I also scored 2 out of 6 predictions correct. And let's see what we have here. A lot of ice stand controversy here for sure. There was a lot of controversy on the internet, a lot of controversy on the Reddits, the blue skies, the Twitters, the X's, and the Instagrams and whatnot. In sixth place at this competition was the American team here, the American team of Zingis and Kolesnik. They were sixth place in the excuse me. They were sixth place in their rhythm dance. They got a deduction, I believe, because their pattern step had a mistake in it. I believe it was the deduction. They did look confused about it, and I was confused about it until someone mentioned, because they made contact in their pattern step when they were not supposed to make contact, and it was a millisecond of contact, and it was not allowed, and they gave them a deduction for it. They got the GOE still, but they gave them the 2 point deduction for it. And so maybe an interesting result for them, but obviously not what they would have wanted, but they gave them a deduction for that mistake from the technical panel. In the sixth place free dance to their Romeo and Juliet, everything was clean, everything was solid. Levels were pretty decent throughout the program. You know, fours, twos, threes, good fours on their twizzles and their all their lifts as well. So that's pretty good. And yeah, I don't know. I guess like it's very good. Not very. What am I trying to say? It was very surprising to me that they made the Grand Prix final season, but obviously great for them to be able to compete with the best in the world. And I do think they are kind of that dark horse, not dark horse, but kind of that team that has been there and has been skating very well, and now they're being rewarded. And I think that's a very good result for them. Although they didn't medal here maybe, but they're proving to be one of the top teams in the world. And I'm sure if they continue into that next Olympic cycle, they will continue to be a really great team. Okay, in fifth place here was the Lithuanian team, Reed and Relivicius. They were fifth in the short program here. Let's see, they were fifth in the not short program, in the rhythm dance with a clean skate. They were also fifth in the free dance with a clean skate. So everything was clean. As ice dance tends to be, everything in ice dance tends to come down to components. Everything in ice dance tends to come down to who did something the most clean or the most, got a little bit more fours and fives and threes and twos. And so a very solid team, Reed and Relicious. They are beautiful team, great team, and very good for them qualifying for their first Grand Prix final as well this season. After that disappointment at Worlds and having to qualify at the qualifying competition, they have really had a great season for them. Okay, this fourth and third place, very, very controversial. I'm gonna try to summarize the scores first and probably talk about the drama kind of after. In fourth place was the team of Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier. They were third in the rhythm dance, their RuPaul themed rhythm dance. I think this program is fantastic. In the past, I feel like their rhythm dances, I like them, but they weren't ones that popped out to me personally. But this one, I like it. I think it's unique. I think it's very different from the other teams. I think they're going with a style that's different, and their expressioning and their acting really helps out with that uh, aspect to it. And so, really good rhythm dance, third in the rhythm dance with them. A lot of people thought they deserved higher, at least more, maybe of the GOE, and I do agree on that, but I'm not gonna say anything. They were fourth in the free dance. Again, this Vincent free dance is beautiful. It's stunning. It's something they've done in the past, but this does feel like a fresh take on it in the past. I honestly don't even remember much of what happened in the past. They've combined things, they've added things. I feel like it is a different essence of the program. I like it. It was clean. It was good. A lot of people, again, arguing it should have been better, but I will talk more about that when we get to the other team. Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, who were in third place here, and they flipped with Gillis and Poirier. They were fourth in the rim dance, fourth by only 0.04. Again, a clean skate. And then in the free dance, they were, what is that? They were only 0.4 more than the Canadians. But again, another clean skate for them. Their Spice Girls rhythm dance is fun. Their Scottish free dance is fun. And so here it came down to 0.06 points. That is what separated Gillis and Poirier. So there were clearly judges that put the Canadians above the British. There were clearly judges that put the British above the Canadians. And it was very close. It was very, I think, unfortunate for the Canadians here. They did look a bit disappointed about it, and then they went on Instagram later. I remember, I think Piper posted something, and then a lot of people came in support of the Canadians here, and kind of maybe a lot of different controversies came up about this, not gonna lie. And I could probably talk a whole another episode about this, but it had to do with like the politics of ice stands and who was ice stands and who really controls the judging panel and who can influence who and things like that. In my opinion, and I know it's just my opinion, and I'm not an expert on ice stands or anything, I think Gillis and Poirier should have won. I think they have better I don't know, I just like their packaging better, and I like their program a lot. So yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely biased in that regard. So don't take it from this random teenager. Let's talk about the top two. The second place finishing team here was Baudry, Laurence Fournier Baudry and Guillaume Cizeron. They were second in the rim dance here. Let's see. They were second in the rim dance with a clean skate, and they were second in the free dance. This free dance a little interesting. They were transitioning into the last quarter lift, and she had a fall. Okay, she had a fall. She slipped on the hem of her dress, and it gave them the 1 point deduction. But they were able to execute the lift properly still, and their curve lift had what was it? Their curve lift was a little bit too long, and so they got a second deduction for that. So two deductions for the excuse me, two deductions for the French team, one for the fall, one for the extended lift. They were still second overall in the free dance and overall with 214.25, which is new personal best for them. And so obviously a very, very accomplished team. Their first season together and everything, and all the other things in the background that I won't in the context that I won't talk about. But yeah, very interesting here. They weren't, competing. They were competing for first. A lot of people thought that they could maybe get first place here, but they were a couple points behind, but that is not to say that they can't do that later. Does that make sense? I don't know. We'll see how Iceland's figures out its political situation because I can't solve it for them. Okay, but the first place team here was the American team. You know them, you love them as the world champs. Mass and Chalk, Evan Bates in first place. They were first in the rhythm dance with their Lenny Kravitz themed rhythm dance. You can see it really in the numbers, really getting higher GOE than any other team. They got 50.93 in their technical here. And so they get higher and very high GOE compared to the other teams. They did, a couple level 3, 2, whatever, but still very high on those on that regard in the GOE. They were first in the rhythm and in free dance as well. This program, I think it has grown on me. This is their peanut black flamenco themed rhythm or free dance. I keep on messing it up. Free dance, and a lot of people, again, I'm telling you, when we first saw this thing at Cup of China, I too was confused. Then we saw it at Skate America, and I was like, this is good, this is better. And now we saw it at Grand Prix final. I genuinely do feel like this program has grown on me, and I do enjoy it. I do think it does give Olympic. I think a lot of people are like, this is not an Olympic program. This is not la 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 la. But in my humble opinion as a teenager, I think this program is pretty good. I think the elements for me when I saw it, I think they finally clicked. They finally oh wow, that is a good program. That is a really good program. And I think stylistically, I think transition wise, it worked out very well. And yeah, it's just a great, great program for Chalk and Bates to really explore their style more, I guess. But yeah, in the ice dance event, third was Fear and Gibson of the UK, Fournier Baudry Cizeron from France in second, and Chalk and Bates in first. And ice dance, I said earlier, I got 2 out of 6 right, so whatever. But that was all. Actually, no, I want to say my best field for predictions was the men for some reason. Usually the men are my worst, but somehow I did good predicting 4 out of 6 men correct here. But yeah, that was really weird. But I hope you guys all have a great week or whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this episode. Next week, we will talk about a review of the Grand Prix and what that means for the Olympics, looking at trajectories, stories, consistencies, who I really think after the Grand Prix season is in the running for the Olympics based on all the Grand Prix results. So yeah, make sure you follow, share, and like. Sorry. But yeah, my name is Anko. I hope you enjoyed episode number 98 of a Teen Game podcast. And I will see you next week of a review of the entire Grand Prix series. Bye bye.